I am on mute. Good morning, good morning, good morning. We are live. We are live. Do not adjust your channels. If content is king, you are looking at royalty. Shout out to my brother Myron Jenkins for that. We are here. It is not just me. There's a reason I am saying we. All right. I ain't on my Patricia energy. For some of y'all that may or may not know where that's from. Uh, the boy Germ So True is somewhere in the background. He will be on here soon. You will see his beautiful face. And we're gonna get started. And it is the week before Thanksgiving, which means most of y'all, like myself, got family coming in. You got to prepare for Thursday. You got to prepare for Wednesday. You got to prepare for everything. So in light of that, this is going to be a no huddle, hurry up offense views and views on this 23rd day of November of 2025. I am going to share the links, wait for everybody to get settled in, wait for Germ So True to jump on. The Godfather J Ham may be joining us at some point. Where I can neither confirm nor deny those reports. But just keep an eye out for that. We got a couple good ones. We got a couple great ones. Some games, we're not going to spend more than 30 seconds talking about it. Some of these games, we're really going to get into. You got the Eagles Cowboys, NFC East showdown. Significant game. The Cowboys, not mathematically eliminated from the playoffs just yet, but it starts today. They handle their business against the Raiders. They should not have dropped some of those games earlier in the year, or else they'd be in a much better position. But it's the NFL. No matter what you did, what have you done lately? Enough time is left in the season for the Dallas Cowboys to turn this thing around and make a playoff push. Colts versus Chiefs, another significant game on the car on the table today. Obviously, for obvious reasons, the Chiefs cannot afford to go 5-6. They cannot afford to have their record drop to 5-6. And as for the Colts in Arrowhead, you've lost to the Rams, you've lost to the Steelers. We people still have all these questions about you. You can change that question mark into an exclamation point with a win in Arrowhead today. And then Sunday night, Bucks, Rams, NFC showdown. Baker probably owes his career to the Rams organization, if we're being honest. Um, and we see what they've been going through. Bucks are just sort of treading water right now with all their injuries and whatnot. So a lot to get into. Germ So True, my brother. You were not here last week. Talk to the people. How you feeling? What's going on? What's your vibes? While I share
So,
the links.
so last week, first of all, everything is just perfect timing. You know what I'm saying? Like that's
Mm,
just the name of the day show should be perfect timing because everything has been perfect timing. Guys, we have moved into our own undisclosed location at the moment, so we are finally fully back initiated in the city. So we good. We good. We good. We're looking good. Looking good. That's pretty much what was going on. Uh, you know, so my absence last week was due to some personal obligations. Had to make sure I got some stuff done and taken care of for myself. So we back. We're back. Cook crack.
beautiful,
Hey,
beautiful, beautiful.
um,
And good, good, good. Well, I'm
with
still
that
sharing
being
the links. Go
said,
ahead.
while you're sharing the links, what I really want to touch on first is like this show today is one of those shows where we're gonna get in, get out, and everything else like that. But the biggest thing what I want you guys to take away from this show is that this is just one of those weeks where we'll cover some things later in the week, probably. For me, for sure. Like tomorrow will be another show. We're gonna try to get you guys another show tomorrow, and then of course Thursday. Thursday we'll try to get you a show before those games as well, and try to get you a little bit more coverage of some of the big things that are going to be going on these next couple of weeks because as you guys know we're going on that stretch run where hey, we are who we are. Can we just mask some of our flaws and get to where we got to get to? Chef, let's do this.
Let's do this. Let's do this. So you want to just dive right into it? I want to
Let's
dive
do
right
it.
into it. Let's just
Let's
go.
go.
Let's just rock. Okay, you got the New York Giants 2-9 at the Detroit Lions. The Giants are in a 5-game losing streak, believe it or not. Jameis Winston is starting again today. Darius Slayton should be back in the lineup. The over-under on this game, my brother, I'm going to tell you real quick when I find it on my little scorecard here. Over-under is 49 and a half, and the Giants are 12 and a half point underdogs. I'm going to tell you this, okay? Betting-wise, stay away from it. I fully expect the Detroit Lions to bounce back from their week against Philly. So I think the Detroit Lions are going to score 49 points today. The question is, how much will the Giants be able to keep up? I do think the Lions will win. I don't think this is an upset alert special, but I think this has potential, Germ, to be a very exciting game. My score, 49-28, Detroit Lions.
Just give me the Lions. I just would like to see, from this perspective, I just want to see the Lions take care of business, most importantly, and I do want to see them win in a fashion where they show that there's a class.
Yes.
And also from our bettors out there, alternative spread, doing 10.5, doing 9.5. Those are still good odds because I think at the end of the day, it still is the NFL. But let's win by 2 scores.
Yes, love it. Next on the docket, you got the 2-6 New York Jets versus the now 5-5 Baltimore Ravens. All of a sudden, now the Ravens have the same record as the Kansas City Chiefs. Over under 44.5. The spread is 13.5. It is a plus 870 money line odds for the New York Jets, minus 1,500 for the Ravens. That is an astronomical number. And the reason being, not too many people, Germ, are paying attention to what this Ravens defense has been doing the last month. We know about Derrick Henry and Lamar and all that. Nobody's paying attention to what this defense is doing from a pressure, coverage, red zone, third down. They are playing lights out. And the biggest difference is they are finally moving Kyle Hamilton closer to the line of scrimmage. Jeremy, I feel like we say this every single year about the Ravens defense. Keep that man near the football. Keep him near the action. Ravens roll off of 4 Zay Flowers receptions and a Derrick Henry anytime touchdown. Give me the Baltimore Ravens to cover the Giant spread.
Yeah, give me the Ravens. It's really simple.
Yep. And also, in case you didn't know, Tyrod Taylor is the one starting today. Speaking of people starting, Kirk Cousins and the Atlanta Falcons. Kirk Cousins and the 3-7 Atlanta Falcons go up against the New Orleans Saints, who are 2-8. Over under in this game, 39.5. I mean, they're acting like this is 2 incredible defenses. No, it's 2 putrid offenses. I don't really care. This game has absolutely no meaning to anybody but the Los Angeles Rams. Because if the Falcons keep losing, the Rams keep climbing up the draft board. Give me the Falcons, though. I am actually going to take the Falcons to win this game. No Michael Penix, obviously.
I think the Falcons need to win because we're talking about a situation where if you don't take care of business today, you're just giving up another first-round pick that you potentially probably should have kept if this was the case. That's all I'm going to say.
The Godfather is indeed in the building. Ham, we going rapid fire until we get to the important games. But feel free to jump in, and you know that all you gotta say is ball, and boom, we're gonna give it to you. I like the background though. I like the background.
Live in the Family Leisure Studios. It's Sports 52.8.5. Only because I got to be here because I got to learn to do the board for the Westwood One games on Sundays and Thanksgiving. I got to be running the Thanksgiving board. So for
That's
what's
dope.
that first one we got Thursday, the Lions game? Who they got?
You got the Lions, you got the Chiefs, and you got the I'm drawing a blank now. Lions game, Chiefs game, Ravens Bengals, Chiefs Cowboys, Ravens Bengals, Lions Packers.
I got the early game Thursday, so I get to do that. They actually pay me to come up here and listen and watch football. I'm cool with that shit.
That's it was all a dream. And obviously, of course, we will be remiss because you notice if you need any issues with the board, you got Cleveland's greatest producer on the screen.
Go.
Oh man, that's some big shoes, bro.
Well, yeah, well, you being humble because we've seen the work you did in the studios back in the day. But we're gonna keep it rolling. We talked about we talked about Giants, Lions, Jets, Ravens, and Falcons, Saints. We're gonna keep it moving right along. Browns, Raiders. This is one of those games where tomorrow we are gonna have a very dedicated segment regarding this. All right, for the purposes of we want to do a quick show, get everybody out of here by 11 Central, noon Eastern. For the purposes of that, we're gonna leave it there. I'm gonna say this very simply. The better football team is actually the Cleveland Browns. The better football team is actually the Cleveland Browns. New quarterback that I think is more capable, a quarterback that I for sure believe can push the ball further down the field than Dylan Gabriel, and a quarterback that I for sure know can see the field better than Dylan Gabriel. Give me the Cleveland Browns straight up money line with the plus 168 odds. I'm going with Cleveland.
Mhm. She think I'm dumb, baby. I'm just dumb rich. Let's go. Yo, listen, I'm excited. I'm gonna tell y'all this. Let me tell y'all something. I bought cable just to watch the game in high definition. Shador got me spending money now. I'm invested now. You put 12. Hey, Ham, my sentiment is you gave me a 12 now. So 12 on the field. So we no longer address that man that see everybody gonna be like, but he did nothing yet. He's done a lot already. He already in the city making waves. People love Shador. From the single mom who needed a car and he was at the dealership that day paying for that, from the Garden Valley mishap that he was there, helping the people. He is a man of the people. At the end of the day, he comes from good stock. We all love Prime Time. He's a man of faith. You can't ask for much more, man. Say it's perfect time, man. Give me the Browns today with Shador shining.
While the
Let's
turkey is
go.
brining. I
Let's
love it. I love
go.
it. I love it. Ham, I'm gonna tell you this to Jerem's point. Me and Jeremy, again, we both got a lot going on, so we haven't talked much this week. Again, people keep thinking it's beef. Ain't no beef. That's my brother. We just ain't talk as much. And I texted him earlier this week. I said, Jeremy, ain't no way you working this much. I know you got some new food on the table. He's like, nah, man, I'm just working. I said, okay. But to show you the synchronicity, as we always talk about it. When Shador took the field yesterday or last week, you know what I said? I said, let's go 12. I said, well, wait a minute. I haven't said that in like 3 years. So we're gonna call him 12S. All right, we're gonna do like iPhone. We're gonna call him 12S.
S12. Hey, pull out the S12. Pull out the S12. Hey, do what you think I noticed?
Hey, with that being said, though, 12X, number 95, Jerm, Deshaun Watson, Jared Lawler, everybody that's affiliated with the Cleveland Browns. I almost called them the fucking Cavaliers. I'm in hoop mode. I'm sorry. Hey, man, they got to get this one today, man. I mean, just for cultural purposes, for fifth round draft pick purposes, for seventh round draft pick purposes, because the owner of the other team is a seventh round pick at number 199. We know what it is. But hey, man, first, also, we got to get back for some more, for the people in Ohio that did fuck with Chip Kelly. Fuck Chip Kelly. We got to beat Chip Kelly again today. That's just the way I look at it. I don't even know what the line is, but Brian, give me the Browns and the points.
Line is 36.5. And to your point about all the people you mentioned, Deshaun Watson is actually making the trip and going to be on the sideline for this game. Let's forget everything about what's transpired with Deshaun over the last 2 years. The reality is This is significant for him to have somebody who A, understands what heavy scrutiny is, B, understand what it means when people think they have a right to your privacy and your private life and your private affairs. In no way am I justifying or anything about Deshaun and what he went through. And let's also keep in mind at one point, Deshaun was climbing towards being one of the bests. I mean, when he was playing, it was him or Mahomes. Like me and Derm had that argument about who's better, and it was a legitimate discussion even after Mahomes got his first ring. It was a legitimate discussion. So it's significant, and I think you can see how Shador is already uplifting everything about this team, about this organization, and about this city. I believe in him. We all do too. We'll see what happens. Anything you want to add, Jeremy, before we move on?
Put your wrist up. Get your celly ready. I called my brother this morning. I said, man, is your wrist up or not? That's the new thing.
Next on the docket, you got the 6-4 Jacksonville Duval Jaguars going out by Ty Love. They're going out to Arizona to play the Phoenix Cardinals. Yes, I call them the Phoenix Cardinals. Jacoby Brissett is playing again, which is crazy. That who would have thought 2 years ago we'd say Jacoby would be an upgrade over Tyler. AFC purposes, I think the Cardinals win this game. Jacksonville going out to the West Coast. I don't think people are really talking about Arizona. Like, they're not a great football team. They're 3-7. But you know what? They're a competitive football team. And they are truly on an any given Sunday football team when you consider the pieces they have and when you consider what they can do on defense from time to time. Again, I'm not saying they're great. I'm not even saying they're good. I'm saying this is a professional football team that competes. And Jacksonville has issues. I know they whooped on the Chargers last week. We'll talk about the Chargers later on a later date. But Jacksonville's got some issues, and I'm still not a believer in sunshine, nor will I ever be. Give me the Arizona Cardinals with the home upset. Over under 47.5. Jaguars 2.5-point favorites. You don't like my take? Do an alternate spread of plus 3.5 on Arizona. That should cover you. Give me the Arizona Cardinals with a home upset.
Just give me Duval County.
Okay. Cam, anything to add?
Oh, who they playing? Jacksonville?
Yeah, Jacksonville versus Cardinals.
Jacksonville. I don't like Arizona. I like Jacoby though.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. That's right. My bad. All right. Turning our attention now to the Seahawks versus the Titans. Seattle, they coming down the road from UJ. Well, east, plenty east. Over under in this game is, I just had it. Over on this game is 40.5. The point spread is also 13.5, just like the Ravens game. Very simple. Very simple. It's not gonna be pretty. It's not gonna be pretty. It's not. There is no upset alert. There is no steaming Willie Beeman. I love Cam Ward. This is gonna be bad. My score is 49-13 Seattle. I think this is gonna be bad. I think they're gonna whoop on them. Coming off of that loss, I think they're gonna whoop on them. Give me the Seahawks.
Yeah, I just think that this defense in particular is one of them defenses that Cam might get picked off 4 or 5 times today.
Yeah.
Not to be mean to him. I just think
it's true.
we got the right players. I think you got tip passes. You got a lot of things that's probably gonna happen to him today that haven't happened to him this season. I mean, but more than anything, I won't say that big of a spread, but if it was that big of a spread, it would be crazy. Just give me 14 points. Just give me 28-14 in one of them type of games, and let's just call it an evening. Let's not be extra. Let's just Titans. Just go down. Just go down, but try to swing.
My brother Jay, your nap time game.
I echo everything that you gentlemen just rattled off, except I will not get to. Unfortunately, I won't be able to get the nap because I'm in the studio today. But nevertheless, I just placed my bet for Seattle to cover that. What we got? What's that line? 12 and a half? Yeah. Cover
Yeah.
that 12 and a half. We're going to ride.
Yeah, certain places you could even get 13 and a half, whatever. I mean, so hey,
And if you're not comfortable, a 9.5, 10.5 spread is not a bad thing either.
Now, you know what? I'm going to go play an alternate on that one just because you say it's
yeah.
so true.
Yep.
Yep. We have fallen in love with the alternate spreads
Oh
because you ain't
man,
gonna get
some
us
of them alternates.
Vegas.
Hey, I missed the alternate spread yesterday by like 2 points, bro. That
Yeah.
alternate spread is real, bro.
Yes,
Oh,
it
yeah.
is. Yes, it is. But I think more so in basketball, but you can find some real value in football if you watching the right games. Um, Germ So Chu will jump back on very shortly. I'm going to set up the next game. You got the Steelers versus the Bears. Pittsburgh 6-4. They started the year 4-1. Jay, they've been 2-3 over their last five, and that's with the win versus Cincinnati last week. The Bears, on the other hand, quite the opposite. They're 7-3, and they have won seven of their last eight. Fifth of those, or five of those games, they were down in the fourth quarter. Averaging 25 points per game. They're top 10 in the league, but they got some issues. They really do. And I'm gonna just keep it all the way 100. What everybody talks about is the points they're scoring, the winning streak, and the defense being number one in takeaways. Those are all really good things. Okay, there's no denying those are all really good things. Here's what I don't trust: their quarterback has a real accuracy issue. And that's just keeping it real. Their quarterback has a real accuracy issue. And over the last 3 weeks, he's completed less than 60% of his passes. That's a problem. So again, they're doing a lot of good things, but there's a lot of things that I just don't trust. And as our Chicago expert joins the scene, I'm gonna leave it right there. I'll circle back to Pittsburgh, go around the horn, Germ, Ham, Ronnie. Let's talk about the Bears. Offense, defense, coaching, however you want to go with it. I'll start with you, True.
I think that this is really simple, if you ask me. Chicago's issue is Caleb can't do what he did in college, which is something that he reverted to in a lot of different ways, which is trying to play this hero ball. That's his issue. When he plays hero ball, he often turns the ball over. He misses some things he shouldn't miss, but then it turns into a big scramble drill. We don't need that. That's not what we need at all. We need you to be able to deal with pressure a little bit better. And that goes to who? It goes to the offensive coordinator, head coach. It goes to everything around him being stable. So that's what I would like to see moving forward when it comes down to the Bears. I think that would be the biggest thing for there. Defensively, the Bears are always going to be a team that's going to put a good defensive product on the field. I feel like that's just ingrained in their DNA.
Mm-hmm.
So what we need from this point now is we just need for the quarterback to settle down and to make the proper reads and the proper throws. He still's a young quarterback. I know we got a little time. He shows them he's winning games, so it's not like it's a huge thing or it's a huge mishap, but these are things that we look for in young quarterbacks so that they can get better and ultimately taking care of the football is the number one option and the number one priority. And that's what I think Caleb needs to focus on.
I love it. Big Shy, welcome to the show.
Welcome. Thank you for having me.
Yes,
Thanks
sir.
for
Yes,
having me.
sir. You jumped in as we talking about your Chicago Bears. So
Absolutely.
the floor is yours.
So here's the thing. Y'all know me. What are two of my things? Football maturity, and then to steal from Germ, you better.
Mm.
Today, this is your you better special. Today.
Love
No
it.
Aaron Rodgers. You're at home in a tight division where you need every home win. If the Bears win every home game, they 11-6, you win the playoffs. So this is the You Better special of the day. You cannot lose to Mason Rudolph at the house when you need it for playoff position. It can't happen. Now, to speak to a couple of Jerm's points, Caleb Williams, a.k.a. the Spin Master, the Spin Doctor, the Spin Cycle. When you watch Chicago Bears offensive line tape, you are probably going to hear stats today from national broadcast. Oh, the Bears are giving up less sacks. That's technically true. But the only reason they're giving up less sacks is because Caleb Williams right now is the best sack escaper in the NFL. Like, nobody gets out of more sacks than Caleb. Also things you're going to hear. Oh, the Bears, all these turnovers. This is one of my concerns. If you look at the Bears, points per game, yards allowed.
Yep.
They are bottom 5 in the NFL. Points per game. You are basically living on, can we turn people over?
Yes.
Because we can't stop people. We just can't get your basic 3 and out. This is still a team that is a work in progress.
Mm-hmm.
But they give me very much vibes of the 2001 Bears that lived off turnovers, lived off of wild finishes, and somehow got to 13-3. And then they got dealt with by McNabb and them in the playoffs, but that's a whole nother situation going on. So I'm going to get off the line because I just enjoy the commentary, but I want to just hop in real quick. This is your You Better special. It shouldn't be a team that's 7-3 versus a team that's 6-4. You think, why is that You Better?
No, it is.
For the development of this team, for the development of Caleb, this is a game you cannot give away.
Before you jump off,
okay.
Because I want to highlight your points. The Bears, while we have the Cowboys defense and what they've been doing, while we have the Bengals defense and what they've been doing, or lack thereof, the Bears are the 32nd ranked explosive rates allowed on defense. That means they allow the most explosive plays in the entire NFL. And on the flip side, you are absolutely right, because one of the biggest keys for the Steelers defense today is going to be, can they contain Caleb Williams? Pressure, when it comes to Pittsburgh's defense, they will bring pressure. They will blitz. TJ Watt will win. Cam Howard will collapse the pocket. Those things will happen. The question is, will they be able to contain him? Yeah. And the one thing Chicago Bears fans can agree on, because I know there's people split on Caleb, the one thing they'll agree on is his natural athleticism is not a problem.
No.
Whether it's breaking tackles, getting away from defenders, or just his ability to look at the flick of the wrist and that ball just traveling with velocity. You Better special, 1,000% agreed with you. Appreciate you joining.
Hey, Caleb, let me give you this on Caleb. And Ham is a hoop guy, Jerm is a hoop guy, they'll tell you. Caleb is the NFL's Tyrese Halliburton. It can look terrible. It can look terrible for 3 quarters. But if the game is close, young fella has shown a knack for making these plays somehow when the game is on the line. So I'm going to get back off the line so I can listen to y'all. Hey, I want to get one real quick shot. Now I'm going to go for real. I want y'all to understand how big this is, that we got J Ham producing college football games for real. We have a saying in 94 Feet of Light. It's not just a bunch of dudes talking.
It's a bunch of motherfuckers just talking, like we say.
Understand. So y'all, I know radio people sometimes don't always get down with radio. Y'all need to get down with radio. Sports 56 on the app, Sports 56 on YouTube. Listen to the college football game on Thursday, produced by Ham. Not just a bunch of dudes talking, man. That's all I'm going to say. Shout out to Casa de Germ. I'm going to have to get a housewarming gift for Casa de Germ. You know what I mean? Mo, shout out to you. Ham, we're going to listen in Thursday. Love y'all guys. See you.
Sir, that's That's the big brother of all of us. We appreciate you joining us, Big Shot. Ham, jump in there.
The OG Big Shot. Shout out to him, man. I'm gonna pick up where he left off. He shout out first off. He shouted out the 2001 Bears team. I want to send a shout out to David Terrell, Anthony Thomas, Shane Matthews. That was a fun team to watch.
That
yo,
was.
for real.
That was.
Like he prefaced, they had a lot of the close, tight, exciting finishes.
Mm-hmm.
Going back to something that you were talking about, Chef, though, with those explosive plays that they give up, problematic. It really is. But considering they're in first place in the NFC North, even with that, even as Jerm alluded to, with their quarterback, who me and my guy Johnny Radio have been pretty much saying it for the last really all season, he operates in chaos.
Mm-hmm.
He operates comfortably in chaos, whether it's a good thing or it ends, chaotically. One way or another. This is how this man functions. And we're 10 games of him into the season and a whole season that he had last season of it. My compadre on Sports 56 Happy Hour from 11 to 1, you guys know him well. Johnny Radio, he's often said about Ben Johnson, he is not a leader of men. And of course, our producer, me and myself, and my man Darian Newsom, we had to remind John. But they're 6-3, John. They're 7-3, John. They keep winning, so it's something too. Maybe you have some people that just function better in chaos. Not saying it's going to be good for the long term and produce championship aspirations, but if it can get motherfucker to the playoffs, just get to the party, baby. I think
Absolutely.
They win today because the only motherfucker named Rudolph that we trust in this time of year, he got a red nose and he got a posse of motherfucking red with like that. That's the only Rudolph that we trust to lead. Just saying.
Hey, you ain't lying. That was all beautifully said. That was all beautifully said. We're gonna move on to the Steelers, and then Jeremy, you can finish it off and move on. To me, very simply, 3 major points. The Steelers are the highest rated NFL offense or the lowest rated NFL offense in terms of having drives that produce a first down. That's not a good thing. They got to make sure they can get some first downs more often. These 3 and outs cannot continue. The thing about this Bears defense is you got to attack them downfield. And that's not what Pittsburgh does. So, especially with our bootleg 12, this is more than likely going to be one of those games for Pittsburgh where if they want to win, it's going to have to be a grinded out type of game, and they're going to have to force Caleb Williams into multiple turnovers, multiple mistakes. That's the only way. The only way Pittsburgh wins this game is if it's 19-17. I don't know if that's going to happen today. I'm going to pick the Bears, but we'll see how it goes. We'll wait for Germ Sochu. We'll move on as soon as Germ Sochu jumps back on. We'll get his last take and pick on the Bears Steelers. But yeah, I think we're all in agreement, especially without Aaron, that this is a you better special for the Chicago Bears. Next on the menu, NFC East showdown. Listen, this is one of those games where you got that family member that you have to see on Thanksgiving, but you don't really want to. This is the Eagles-Cowboys rivalry. 8-2 Philly versus 4-5-1 Dallas. Over-under is 47.5. The Eagles are 3.5 road underdogs, Ham. To me, I'm going to keep this simple on this one because this is the premise of our show. We're trying to keep it quick and simple. The key matchups is obviously the Cowboys receivers versus the Eagles secondary. CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens are making a strong case that they are undoubtedly the best wide receiver duo in the league. The things they do on a week-to-week basis, and then you look at the camaraderie, you look at the team chemistry, you look at what George Pickens has brought to this locker room. I don't think anybody could have predicted that he would have done this. But the problem is media pushes narratives. And everything you heard about George Pickens it wasn't like an A-B situation by any means. Everything you heard about George Pickens internally it was being shot down by the Steelers, especially by Mike Tomlin. Whereas Mike made no issues. He didn't sugarcoat nothing when it came to AB. So it wasn't one of those situations. It was just it turns out it was just a fit thing. It was just a scheme thing. And he is thriving in Dallas. Keep it moving. This defense, Jay. I talked about this on the happy hour. I talked about this after they got the Quinnen Williams trade. He is going to be a monster in this scheme, especially playing next to Kenny Clark. And while they don't have these perennial pass rushers on the edge, they got depth. Like they might have the deepest edge depth chart in the league. It's not perennial guys, but it's guys that can do it. It's guys that play with effort. It's guys that have fresh legs because of how many people they rotate. I know it was against the Raiders, but I'm telling y'all right now, I fully expect this Dallas defense to have a great game today against this Philadelphia Eagles offense who's been struggling. And the reason they've been struggling, everything we talked about weeks and weeks and weeks ago. Too many vertical concepts, not enough horizontal concepts, not enough route combinations, not enough easy throws, and over the course of the season. What's that?
He said they bored to hell.
Bro, Saquon Barkley is averaging 3.3 yards per carry over the last several games.
Wow.
That's New York Giants Saquon. That ain't the Saquon. And a big part of their struggles is the interior of their offensive line, but nobody talks about that. All they want to talk about is quotes and this and that, and is their drama. No beef, no Lombardi. The interior of this Eagles offensive line is the number 2 reason why this offense is not the same, and it might be the number 1 reason. I'm gonna leave it there. Y'all take it over from here.
Yeah, true.
I'm gonna be honest with y'all. The Eagles were bound to regress because the offensive line is getting older. Lane Johnson has been one of the best right tackles we've ever seen since the day he stepped foot on the field all those years ago. We're talking about a situation where there's nothing we can do about stuff like that. We can't do nothing about Father Time. But what we can do something about is the personnel that we put around Father Time. And that is the key thing for me for the Eagles. They've drafted well. They've done pretty well with a lot of other things. This is one of those things where they'll probably address it in the offseason. I still think that their offensive line is probably just a healthy stretch away from being right back where they are, though. So I'm not really too worried about it. It's really simple. If the Eagles can run the ball, if the Eagles commit to running the ball, it's not going to be a really nice day for anybody still. So that's what we want to see. Let's hat on hat. Let's move these people out the way. It's that time of year.
Hey man, that got like an insane record at home against divisional opponents. I don't see any reason today why that doesn't continue to grow in his favor. Give me the Cowboys on the money line, plus 146, all because of what Chef came on the happy hour and dropped earlier this week. He told us earlier this week he was rolling with the Cowboys. I looked up like, you know what? I'm rolling with them too, just because Chef said so.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm rolling with the Cowboys 100%. I think they got this game. I really do. And I think they're going to make a playoff push. I'll stand by that.
I'll say this. Today we get to see just how good this Quinnen Williams trade really was.
Yes,
and
I agree.
This Quinnen Williams trade is anything like it was last week.
Yes.
It's a playoff furniture moving situation we're gonna be discussing in the next couple of days. I'm just gonna let you know. I'm gonna put it out there now. You know, they say the faith of a mustard seed. I'm gonna go and put that little mustard seed in that little soil right there. If Quinnen Williams is this big of an addition, that $60 million man, I'm just gonna tell you, him and that $60 million man. And then Don't make Jerry Jones look like the smartest man in the room. Go
Bruh.
ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Mo, let's get out of here. Let's get. Hey, what they say? Go and get. They not go and get now.
Hey, listen, I definitely have the faith of a mustard seed because you can move mountains, and I'm hopeful. Yes, I am hopeful for today. Shout out to Twister from the Coach Carter soundtrack. Um, Germ, to your point, it is looking like the Cowboys might have the upper hand of the Micah Parsons trade, but I'm not going to say that too loud just yet. Let's move on. Bucks versus the Rams, 6-4 Bucks, 8-2 Rams. The Rams are on a 5-game winning streak, and it has gone something like this, fellas: 17-3, 35-7, 34-10, 42-26. Last week was the first close game they've had in over a month when they beat Seattle 21-19. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers got off to that hot start, but as we tried to forewarn y'all, these injuries will catch up to them. And they have lost 3 out of their last 4. And I think tonight, even though Chris Godwin is back, he will be on a pitch count. There's still no Bucky Irvin. They're still rotating pieces on the offensive line. I think this is going to be one of those situations where they now lose 4 out of their last 5. Some quick numbers on Stafford, and we're going to go Ham, True, and then Trav as he jumps in there. Matt Stafford, 27 touchdowns, 2 interceptions on the year. He is on track to set a new record for the best touchdown to interception ratio held by one Thomas Edward Patrick Brady. The Rams are plus 43 in the first quarter, Ham. That is by far the best in the NFL, whereas the Bucks are minus 25 in the first quarter, 28th in the league. And also, the Rams have never lost a game when leading, except for the Eagles after half. And then the Bucks are 0-4 when trailing at halftime. This Rams defense, it is the best defense in the red zone in the NFL. No offense to the Bucks. You cannot come against this Rams team without your full arsenal. It's not going to go well for you. Give me the Rams. Jay?
I don't think Sam Bradford is thrown. Not Sam Bradford, Matthew Stafford. My bad. I'm still stuck in last decade. I don't think Matthew Stafford has thrown a pick since week 3, since the Philly game.
It's the Philly game.
Ago. They haven't thrown a pick since then. What'd you say it was like 23-2?
27-2.
27-2? Damn. Well, whoa. Hey, you know what? It's like 2 teams just going on opposite escalators or elevators.
Yes.
One going up, and it was kind of like the same. I thought with the Bears and the Steelers. It's kind of the way they were just kind of going in that way. I like the Rams in this one, man. Roll. I just put the Rams -7, straight up. Let's roll.
Yep. I'll take that bet. I'll take that bet for sure. I'll go with that bet as well. Jerem, so true. Before we let Trav jump in here, your thoughts here?
I don't see Tampa being able to be able to beat this team this week. It's just not the week. Again, the thing that I'd say about Tampa Bay is they just got to get in the dance. Get healthy and get in the dance, because that's just one of those teams that they have the players that impact every level of every part of defense and offense. You got when they get Mike Evans back, this receiving core will be fully solidified and everything will change offensively for them. When they get Bucky Irvin back, that gives them their physical presence in the run game. I mean, those two things alone. There are 15 teams that don't have a Mike Evans or a Bucky Irvin. So it's like you got to understand what those two mean to the offense. And then on defense, I mean, they just got to get healthy. And once they get fully healthy, we know that they're a run stopping team. They do the most fundamental things. They stop the run and they get after the passer. So if they do those 2 fundamental things with the offense coming around, they'll be right there at the end of it. And they are a bad matchup for the Eagles and Cowboys at the end of the day when they are fully healthy. I don't care who you put out there. It just is what it is when it comes down to that. But today, give me the Rams. Listen, Matthew Stafford is playing quarterback at the level where we are now we can now look at this player and say he is probably the best quarterback in the league right now.
He's
And
playing like it.
For him to be at that stage at this point in his career, I just want y'all to understand just how good the quarterback play has been in this league for us to just not get to this point when he's with him being 37 years old.
Mm-hmm.
We'll save that for a different day. Trav, go ahead, man.
Mic check, 1 2 1 2. What's up with y'all fellas, man?
What's
Beauty
up,
from the
brother?
22, man. Dude, it ain't looking good for us right now because, like y'all said again, it's health, man. We can't run up against a team like this and we're not healthy. I mean, Buck Irvin, man, I've been trying to keep up with this situation for so long. They talk about his chest, they talk about his shoulder, they talk about his foot. Everything that goes right with him is like it's some setback, but he ain't even playing today. But we got Chris Godwin back. Chris Godwin is expected to play today. But with all that being said, I think the Rams is the hottest team in the league right now. I think the Rams is the hottest team in the league right now. And Matthew Stafford ain't thrown a pick since Megatron left or whatever. It's been that it seems like it's been that long. It seems like it's been that long. So I mean, he been clicking on all cylinders and that run game with Williams and the young fellow from Michigan, they pound the ball and of course Puka Nacua just dominated whatever he do. But that defense, man, I mean, by the numbers and everything, I gotta go with the Rams on this. But my heart gotta go with the Bucks. But we ain't beat these, man. I don't think we beat these folks since. I don't think we beat the Rams since the Monday night game when Warren Sappton was still playing. I'm dead serious. I don't think we beat them.
Bro.
I don't think
we
beat them
got
folks,
a
man.
Warren Sapp reference. We got a Sam Bradford reference. We got a Megatron reference. We got an Anthony Thomas reference.
dude, it's been that long, man. We ain't beat the Rams. I'm talking about if you and look at it, a couple years ago when what was that, 21? Rams came and smacked us in the playoff game to go to the Super Bowl. So
well,
I mean,
that's because Todd Bowles blitzed on a 3rd and 8 for no reason whatsoever. And they had Antoine Winfield against a Triple Crown winning Cooper Kupp. But who remembers? Who remembers?
I do.
Who remembers?
I do.
Who remembers? Whatever.
But I mean. But overall,
oh my God.
I mean, I just had to jump on for a minute, man. But
yes, sir.
I mean, with the numbers, I got to go with the Rams with the overall pick, man, just to be a realist about it. But I'm still going for my Bucks. Hopefully, we get through this stretch of this schedule.
Are you worried about not closing out the division?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Because the reason being is because the Carolina Panthers are for real.
They are.
The Carolina Panthers are for real, and we got to see them real soon.
Yes, you do. You absolutely do. They're on a bye week this week, but you are absolutely right. Ham, anything you want to add to this before we close out the segment?
Yeah, man. Okay. Just another great day of football. Place your bets. Don't be bitching about who fucked up your parlay. I'm gonna send you a T-shirt.
All right. We all on the Rams for numerous reasons. Let's move on. We're gonna go NFC. One more NFC game, and then it's strictly 2 AFC games that I think are entirely pivotal, and we're gonna be out of here in the next 10 minutes. Vikings at Packers. 4-6 Vikings, 6-3-1 Green Bay Packers. Some things here. No Josh Jacobs today. No Matthew Golden today. Jordan Love has thrown for less than 180 yards in back-to-back games, has thrown for less than 60% completion in back-to-back games. Jeremy and I constantly talk about magic numbers, right? But whether it's 23, 24, or 25. Here's this. For the Green Bay Packers, their magic number is 27 points. That's way too high for a defense this good. And I'm not blaming the defense. I'm not. You know why? Because in the 3 losses, the Packers offense failed to score over 29 points. I mean, over 19 points. 19, 13, and 10 in their losses. That's inexcusable. That's inexcusable. You can't be this potent. You can't have these type of aspirations and your magic number be 27. Very simply, I don't care there's no Josh Jacobs. I don't care that there's no Matthew Golden. The way the Vikings quarterback looks right now, there is no rhyme or reason, logistical or logistical, why the Green Bay Packers should blow this game to the Minnesota Vikings. Give me the Packers. Okay?
I'm gonna take the Packers too, but I'm not betting on nothing on this one.
Nope.
I've been leaving. If Josh Jacobs ain't playing, I have no reason to play with my money at all on the Packers right now. You know what I'm saying? For all the reasons that you were just saying, they falter out on offense. Defense, like you said, is not a problem. The defense is holding their own, and I like that number. What you said of 27, but you're right. That is too high.
Right.
For a defense that's of that caliber. 17.
Yes.
Yes. To win
Yes.
a football game, but you have to be able to score more than 17, 19, 13, and 10. Were those the numbers that you routed off?
Yep.
Yeah, this is a better football team than that, or
Yep.
may not be as good as what we thought they were, at least for this season. I mean, it is what it is. But I'm going to take them here at home. But I probably would say take the spread too. They minus 6.5. But I don't really like them right now. They can change though. Still a lot of football there.
No doubt. But certainly some concerns. Certainly some concerns. But I mean, parlay wise, I'll take Emmanuel Wilson for anytime touchdown, and I'll take Christian Watson for 25 plus receiving yard, then added some other things. Germ, so true.
To be honest with you, bro, this is a really simple thing for me. Like, I just don't think we have to overlook it, overthink it, or whatever the case is. We know where we need to go, and that's all I'm saying. I'm not saying anything else.
Yeah. we'll, like I said, this is one of those games as well that we're going to have to revisit. And these next couple of days, we got a lot of content coming out, whether it's live or on Instagram and TikTok, about these playoff pictures. But today is going to determine so much across the board. Speaking of the 2 games of the week in terms of playoff seedings, by far, bar none, the Indianapolis Colts, Arrowhead versus the Kansas City Chiefs. But more than that, a game that has greater impact on the rest of the AFC is the New England Patriots versus the Cincinnati Bengals. Yes, the 9-2 Patriots versus the 3-7 Bengals. Why is this the most important AFC matchup game of the week? Well, I'm going to give you 3 reasons. Number 1, the number 1 seed. Number 2, the Buffalo Bills. Number 3, AFC North. We expect the Steelers to lose today. We expect the Ravens to win today. We expect Joe Burrow to be healthy enough to play next Sunday, or actually this Thursday. There is a real belief that he can play this Thursday. With that being said, if the Bengals lose today, erase all that. If the Bengals lose today, the AFC East becomes a lot more clearer of a path for the New England Patriots. And if the Bengals lose today, the AFC North no longer has to worry, as well as those wild card teams, no longer have to worry as to whether Joe Burrow, who is officially this generation's coldest man in the galaxy, as Ham dubbed Aaron Rodgers back in the day. He is. We could talk about accomplishments and all the other narratives you want to split. When it comes to playing the position, he is the baddest man playing the position. He just is. He's filthy. He is filthy. If the Bengals win today, Patriots are on an 8-game winning streak. They haven't won 9 games in a row since these two guys were there a few years ago. That's never happened since they left. Actually, hasn't happened since Brady left. They didn't have to with Belichick alone. If the Bengals win today, the number 1 seed, the AFC North, the AFC East, the wild card picture, all tightens up and gets even more condensed, even more crowded, and will leave us for an absolutely cinematic December. Do I think it's going to happen? No. Do I want to see the world burn in terms of football? Yes. Give me the Cincinnati Bengals with the wildest upset of the 2025 season because I want to be entertained. That's it. I got no reason. The Patriots are top 10 in points finished, top 5 in points allowed. They haven't been top 5 in points allowed since 2018, I think. I have no reason. Hollins is balling. Diggs is balling. Drake May, 100-plus passer rating, 8 of 10 games. Incredible. Run game, rolling. Defense, rolling. I got no reason to tell you this. I just want to be entertained. Some men just want to watch the world burn. Give me the Bengals to win this game. Just because I want to be entertained. Fellas.
Just give me New England.
Yeah, you're right. You are right. You are right. I am wrong. But I don't care. All right. Last on the docket. Ham, anything you want to add?
Oh no, man, I got a new edition, man. New edition over WKRP in Cincinnati.
All right. In the heavyweight matchup of the week, the Indianapolis Colts versus the Kansas City Chiefs, 8-2 versus 5-5. The over-under in this game, fellas, is 49.5. And believe it or not, the Chiefs are still favorites. The Indianapolis Colts are 8-2 as the underdogs versus the 5-5 Kansas City Chiefs. The Chiefs have not scored more than 21 points in back-to-back games. That's a problem. But the biggest key, Josh Simmons will be back. What's wrong with Kansas City? Nothing X's and O's wise. Very simple for me. They just got to play better. They just got to execute better. That's it. They just got to execute better. Couple catches, a little better timing. But the number one thing I need to see from Kansas City moving forward is more volume of runs. We know this about the run game. It doesn't have to be successful. It just has to matter. It has to have a presence, especially when you got somebody like Mahomes. It has to have a presence. So I need more volume of runs. For the Colts, this is it. I'm going to just let this game play out because we got to roll. I'm going to just let this game play out. What will you do? The eyes of the world, of the football world, are on Daniel Jones and the Indianapolis Colts today. What will you do? How will you respond? Pressure creates diamonds and also rubble. What will you do? How will you handle that? This is still the best coach team in football, being the Kansas City Chiefs. This is still the best head coach in football, being Andy Reid. This is still the best quarterback in football, being Patrick Mahomes. This is still a very well-schemed, well-disciplined, well-organized defense led by Steve Spagnuolo. How will you handle this, Daniel Jones? Because at any given Sunday, this team, the Kansas City Chiefs, can show up and remind everybody why they took over the throne watch. We'll see how it plays out today. I'm going with the Kansas City Chiefs to win. Statement weekends happen in November. An opportunity for them to make a huge statement and make the rest of the AFC even more uncomfortable. Give me the Chiefs. Fellas.
True.
Give me the Colts, man. And I'm
I
gonna tell you
knew
why
it.
I'm gonna stick
I
with
knew
Colts.
it. I knew it. I knew it.
I feel like December is the Chiefs' month. I feel like we finished November with a little bit of a, oh no, they lost. So we can build up the cinema that we
Uh,
see every year around
I
this
see.
time.
I see.
So now we get a 5-6 Kansas City team. And also, I need the Colts to keep up with this MVP race. After today, Jonathan Taylor and Daniel Jones will be number one and number two, proverbially, in the MVP race. Give me Indy. Give me 27-20.
So true. You think they'll lose today and still make the playoffs?
Yes. Because you
Wow.
got to think we got
That's
that
tough.
extra game. That
That's
extra
tough.
game, bro, gives them a window to lose two more games.
You're not wrong, but they don't they lost to the Jaguars, they lost to the Broncos, they lost to the Chargers. So there's a lot of wild card teams that they don't own the tiebreaker.
But the Chargers play in their division, and they played them again.
They do play them again. They do play them again. They do play them
And
again.
even the same thing with the Broncos. So this puts you in a position, even if you get swept by one of those teams, you're not. The beautiful thing that the Chiefs have going for them in their favor is that you're looking at a situation where Pittsburgh and Baltimore are probably going to wash each other out.
Mm,
One of those teams are going to wash each other out.
I agree.
Cincinnati is in a situation where they could play spoiler to both of those teams,
Absolutely.
because if they split with if they split it with Baltimore, that kicks Baltimore down, and Baltimore has two more losses on their schedule for sure, and they own the tiebreaker against Baltimore, which is the most important part.
Yep.
So then
We'll
you go
see.
to the next step after that is going to be, what other teams do you think? Do you think the Texans are going to be involved in this? No.
No. No. And I like the fight they've shown, but no. And I do think the Jaguars are going to lose some games. That's why I got them losing today to Arizona, because I think Kansas City will and Baltimore will take control of their own playoff seedings berth. But again, it still got to happen. I could be wrong. The Jets could win today. The Bengals could win today. The Bengals could win on Thursday. The Chiefs could lose today and Thursday. Like it's the NFL, and this we have seen time and time again. Anything can happen, and that's why we love this league. But I don't disagree with what you're saying. I don't disagree with what you're saying. I'm just saying,
In theory, we
let's
know
let it
how it goes,
right.
and we know how this goes, and ultimately, I just want this to be something that we just put. Let's plant that little mustard seed. If
Yes,
Kansas City don't make the playoffs this year, do you know how many people are going to try to say something negative about 15?
I don't even care about that, Germ. If the Chiefs don't make the playoffs and Josh Allen is not on a podium in February talking about the upcoming game, you don't want to hear it from me. Could promise you that. Same with Lamar. If the Kansas City Chiefs are not in the playoffs, I don't want to see any other quarterback representing the AFC besides Lamar Jackson or Josh Allen. Can't happen. Cannot happen. You know why? When Brady missed, it was either going to be Peyton or Ben. It was Ben. When Peyton missed, it was either going to be Brady or Ben. It was Brady. It's just the way it is. It's just the way it is. So if the top dog ain't there is no excuse for the other two.
There
Zilch.
was never an
Zero.
excuse then.
Nada. You're right. You ain't lying. You ain't lying. But we know the media, and we know them, and we are now part of the media, as you can see by my brother's backdrop. But I'm just telling you right now. I'm telling you right now. If the Chiefs don't make the playoffs, Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson, Them MFers are not real. Shout out to that crazy lady on the airplane. Jay.
Hey man, the fun part about the industry that I'm in now is that I get to hear different perspectives from people that share some of the same perspectives, thoughts, and ideas and takes that we do, or they're quite different, or it's something that's been refreshed that we haven't said for a long time. On Friday, on the Sports 56 Mornings with Greg and Eli, we have a guy who's a handicapper. He's funny as shit. His name is Brandon Lang. Brandon Lang comes on the show every Friday. He drops his picks, and he does it in a comedic fashion. But he brought up something in regards to the GOAT, in regards to the GOAT in the NFL. He said, you know why Tom Brady is the GOAT? Because he never took full value of any contract. He always stayed under to maintain the core group around him. What we see in Kansas City, we saw quarterback got paid. Now, we're not the guys that's going to count your pockets and say, hey, you should have took Glenn. No, get paid. Get your bread, because as Young Dolph said, get paid, young ninja, get paid. Even though he didn't say ninja. Shout out to Dolph. But that when you take that much of the cap up, it does come back and kind of cripples your team a little bit. And I think we're seeing some results. We're not completely there because they still got Andy Reid. They still got 15. They still got Spag. They still got the pieces. Chris Jones is still there. 87 is still there. They still got the core group that's there. As I said, I think after the first Chargers matchup when they were down in Brazil, they may have hit a wall, but that's okay. You got time to come back and get over, recover from hitting the wall and dust yourself off, get back and try to get through the wall, around the wall, over the wall, under the wall if you got to.
Yeah.
Whatever it may be.
Yeah.
With all that being said, and they look primed today to go in and to get back on track with one of the better teams in the AFC coming in, it all looks well. With that being said, as I sit in the chair of host of mornings on Sports 56, Greg Gaston, who is an Indianapolis Colts fan, who brings an Indianapolis Colts water bottle and it's sitting right where my water is sitting right now. I am going to pick the Indianapolis Colts to win this game with my man Germ So True, because we celebrating a birthday next weekend around this motherfucker.
This is true.
I had to throw that in.
This is true. December 4th and 5th, A Star Was Born. Get y'all let them know.
I think we get a dog fight in this one, or Kansas City gonna blow these folks out the water. So I'm hoping that for the purposes of my personal entertainment, let's get the dog fight. Let's get some chatter stuff to talk about. I'd rather talk about Kansas City, who, like Germ said, I know that they can punch back out of the corner and get back in it, than to come in tomorrow and shit on Indianapolis for having a bad Sunday.
Absolutely. That what you just said right there, Ham, is exactly my point. Indianapolis playing bad in this game does nothing for us as football fans. It pretty much just gives everybody, oh, they're not serious. When really it's just when you come up against them dudes and them boys, it is totally different.
It is.
It's not.
Different.
It's not saying that Indianapolis wasn't prepared, you know what I'm saying, or is not prepared, because Kansas City technically needs this game more. We're being honest. Kansas City needs this game more than Indianapolis needs it. Cincinnati needs that game more than New England needs it. We're talking about things that these teams need. So we're talking from the perspective of when Chef says, "Give me Cincinnati today," we want to be entertained this way because it gives the league the parity feel that y'all swear it had in the beginning.
So true.
We're asking for the parity. We're asking for the parity that y'all thought was relevant to begin with. So just think about it in that particular way. But moving forward, I think this is one of those matchups where we see the things that we need to see. Win, lose, or draw from Indianapolis, are you ready for the big time? That's what this is about. And for Kansas City, is this the team? Hey, what they say? Is these your mans? Pat, is these your mans? These your people? That's what this game is about.
Yep.
If y'all come out and do y'all thing, you should be in a good spot. But I'm gonna roll, like I said, we roll with Indianapolis today. I think Jonathan Taylor goes crazy today. I'm talking about give him 3 more on the ground, and I think he seals
Wow.
it with a 50-yarder.
Give him 3.
Wow.
I'm going 3.
That's
I'm
nice.
with
I think actually the way it's going to end is it's going to be 23-20 Colts. You score a touchdown, make it 27-23. Indy got to drive down the field to get a touchdown. They can't do it. Turnover on downs. Chiefs win 27-23. Shout out to everybody in the comments section. Todd Love kicked us off. Big Shot, Cat 5. KG is in there. AWJ is in there. I always forget who that is because I feel like they have more than one profile. But nonetheless, we appreciate everybody in there. Daniel Jones at a Super Bowl pregame press conference is madness, says Big Shot. And he also says this is the last stand for the Kansas City Chiefs today. I totally agree with that. I know KG is hoping that the Colts can get this dub. So we will see. I appreciate everybody who tunes in. Keep your notifications on. Stay dialed in. We might be on happy hour every day leading up to Thanksgiving this week. You just don't know. So make sure you are locked in.
you. That's very true. You really might, because if dude want to talk football, we're going to talk football.
Exactly.
It's the bottom line.
Exactly. And
Both of
so
y'all
again,
do your work for me, because I might need y'all.
I was in the middle of nowhere. Hey, can you be ready in a half an hour? Bet I'll be there. That's just the way it's gonna go. But yeah, shout out to everybody. Yeah, we know that, KG. We know you want the Chiefs. So just stay locked in. Sports 56, 98.5 FM on Memphis. Happy hour, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Central, 12 p.m., 2 p.m. Eastern. We on there almost every day. Our brother is on there actually every day. Views from the 22. Check us out, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Just stay locked in because the playoff oven is officially on preheat, and we about to get cooking, baby. So True, Ham, Big Shot, Trav, MJ somewhere in there, our brother Les somewhere in there. Take us home, True.
22. See y'all tomorrow.